is the Chrissy Swan Show.
And it is, it's full Taylor Swift day.
It is, and I would just like to clear something up before
Yes.
we said that she doesn't sing illicit affairs.
Yes.
She does.
She does.
We were wrong. We apologise.
And I must
Swifties.
have just been in the middle of having a stroke when I...
I mean, you were
Because
stroking
it's
out
one
the
of-
whole time.
It's one of my favourite songs, and it's from my era.
Yes, it is from your era.
And then as soon as I started humming along to it, I was like, oh, yeah, she did sing that. And I sang every word of it as well. But there is an article that we have been really enjoying, haven't
Yes.
we? Vis-a-vis Taylor Swift and the eras. Because if you're not, you can't help but get swept up in the phenomenon that is Taylor
Lean
Swift
in,
in
guys.
Australia. Yeah, don't fight it.
No, just lean in.
seriously. But in a nutshell, if you've been living under a rock, her Eras tour, it's like a book of chapters, and she does a little selection from each of her albums over the years. She's got 11 albums. She doesn't do much of the early stuff,
Yes.
the sort of,
Wise choice.
the Jean-Benet Ramsey era. But she does touch on all the big ones. And I think, and I'm not alone, everybody knows that whatever your Taylor Swift era is, says as much about you as anything,
Yes.
as your blood type, as anything.
Yep.
And this is how it's going to work. 13, 24, 10. You call up. You tell us what your era is. Are you a 1989 girly? Are you a Reputation person?
Or are you red? Are you a bit old school?
Are you red? Are you Fearless? I don't think we'll get many of them.
No. Before we delve into this, Swanee,
We're
do
not
you
going to get any debuts either. But
do you
anyway, keep going.
think we could say that Evermore and Folklore are sort of one together because
We
they're sisters?
absolutely cannot.
Great. Oh, why? They sound the same.
They do not sound the same.
They do though.
No.
Okay.
They are very, very different.
I would group them
And I'm,
together.
yeah, of course you would, because you're an idiot. They are so different. I can't begin to explain.
Okay, well tell me.
Well, let's just group Midnight's in there too.
No, because
They're
it's
all
so
released
different.
within a few years.
Why would you do that? Folklore and Evermore sound the same.
They don't sound the same.
They do.
They are completely different.
Jury's out.
Well, this isn't what we're fighting about something else with you. 13, 24, 10, name your era, and we are going to do a little bit of psychic mediumry here and tell you about yourself purely based on what your era is. Now, you can go first, Jack.
What is your era, Swan?
My era is obviously
Folklore.
correct. I am a folklore girl.
Okay, I think this is very accurate to your personality because you are a deep thinker.
Yes.
And when you think about things, you like to think on it for a while. You think on things for with your walks, for example. You spend hours thinking about things.
Yes.
And I feel like with this album, you can tell she's really put long thought into every song.
So
She's
much
reflective in the album.
Poetic.
You're quite a reflective person.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You think
Yes.
about your actions and what you've done.
Yes.
And I also think you have somewhat of a calming nature, and I find that album quite calming and almost therapeutic,
Okay.
which I feel like aligns
You have
with
said
you.
it's boring in the past.
I have.
I like that. I like this. I like this reading. Also, I love being a bit maudlin.
Yeah.
And, because I'm generally so up and happy all the time that if sometimes I feel a bit down, that excites me. I go, yes. I'm really going to lean into this. I feel sad.
And I also think the aesthetic of
yes.
Folklore is very you.
Yes.
Like it speaks to your house. I can imagine Folklore playing in your house.
That is the nicest thing anyone's
you know
ever
what I
said to
mean?
me. All right, your era, I'm guessing, is Reputation.
Absolutely.
All right, so you are a bad person. No. You are like the good guy, but you love to let loose. And you believe, and I think it's true, there are two very distinct sides to your personality.
Yeah.
You can be the hardcore, hardworking, responsible, wonderful son, magnificent employee, everything, but you can make the bad guys good for a weekend.
That I can.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
I'm so excited to play this little game that we've made up. Thanks to Priceline Pharmacy, of course, always and forever. We are going to tell you what your Taylor Swift era says about you.
We've been talking about this game for like a month off air. We love doing it.
And I've loved speaking to people that I've never met before and go, what's your era? Which is the opening line ever since
Yeah.
Taylor's been warning that she's coming to the country.
Really quickly, we haven't planned this. Can you guess Tom, our producer's era? Because I guessed it, and I reckon you would be able to get it.
I think it's 1989.
Spot on!
All right, let's kick off with Jess. What is your era? Me and Jack are going to tell you what it says about you, okay?
My era is Fearless.
Oh, okay. So we're talking love story for those uninitiated at home. I think you're really open-minded and romantic, and your heyday was in your late teens.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say I'm open-minded and romantic. I think my heydays was probably more in my 30s, though.
In your 30s? Oh, well, I got that
that.
one wrong. But you're super positive.
Yes.
Yes.
I love
Okay,
that.
Jess.
Definitely.
All right. Do you
Done.
want to read Jess? Or
No, I think
I've
you've
done
nailed it there.
Okay.
I just would also like to mention here, Jess, you played Love Story at your wedding.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes. It was the song I walked down the aisle to.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're fearless.
How gorgeous.
I love it. You're a romantic, aren't you, Jess? You're romantic.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
Good on you. Good on you. We're not here. Oriana, what is your era?
Oh, hi. It's 1989.
Okay. All right. You are a vibe, Oriana.
Oh, yes.
You are the life of the party, and everyone's like, when does Oriana get here? Because that's when I'm going to turn up.
Oh, cool.
And you're you like to dance, Oriana. You're a dancer.
I'm definitely a dancer.
Yeah, I can pick that from you.
Look at you, Jack.
I know.
And you've got a little bit worrisome drinking problem. All right,
Alrighty.
Maya. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, what is your era?
Reputation.
Yes.
Ooh, all right, do you want to take this one,
Yeah.
Jack? What can you read about Maya?
Maya, I think you're a leader. You were always sort of queen bee. You're extremely intelligent, but you do have an element of you're a little bit manipulative and snaky at times, but you use that quality for the best.
Are we talking about Maya or about you, Jack?
Maya, am I right?
That's correct. Yeah,
Yes.
that could be correct.
Oh
I
my
love
God,
this.
this is such a fun game.
Also, Maya, your favourite songs, Don't Blame Me.
Yes, and dress. I have to
Right. Don't Blame Me
Right.
Live was amazing, Maya. I'll have you know. Wow.
Yeah.
The entire Reputation set was
best.
incredible.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, I love this.
All right, Caitlin, what is your era?
Midnight.
Ooh, all right, Caitlin. From here, I can see your vision board. You're mad for self-help and self-care, and you love your own company, and you're evolving, Caitlin.
You're not wrong.
And one other...
I have the self-help books. I have the work. I'm all about it.
Good on you, because
on.
Caitlin, I've got goosebumps, and I'm just going to tell you something that was whispered into my ear from Taylor Swift herself.
Go for it.
Keep spending time alone, because that is the key to your ongoing happiness. Love your own company.
Gotta love yourself before you love anyone else.
That's it, baby.
One last thing, Caitlin. I also get a vibe that you're very trendy. You're quite on trend with your clothing and fashion.
I mean, I try to be.
Yeah, I can sense that.
Absolutely. Oh my God, and shoes. You love shoes, Caitlin. You're mad for shoes.
I'm a mad sneaker fan.
Yes.
Like any kind of cool.
I
mean-
knew it. I knew it.
Retire, John Edward. We're available.
All right, Kathy, let's finish with you. What is your era?
Hey, guys, it's definitely Lover.
Oh, it's the first lover for the day. Well, you are a darling, Kathy, and everyone loves you.
Sometimes, not when I'm not when I'm the opposite of a lover.
I was about to...
Feisty at times.
I don't think Lover is your era, Kathy. I'm getting a vibe that Lover to me is ultra, positive, sunshine and rainbows at all times, even in dark times. Are you like that? Are you super positive?
I'm super positive, but also the song in Lover, you need to calm down because I can be very quick-tempered when I believe in a point that I stand
Listen,
stand
Kathy,
for.
I think you are a Reputation girly.
Same.
Just waiting for the hint, you know? Get on it, Kath.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's dip into a bit of this.
Everyone's mad here.
Okay, there's a couple of things that I need to state in terms of caveats
Okay.
about my life and my character.
Mm-hmm.
One is, I love a project. So I look around my house because it has to be in my house because I never leave it. So if I want to do something interesting or creative, it has to be within the perimeters.
The compound.
Yes, because I do not leave the house.
And you liking a project goes hand in hand with your obsessive, somewhat personality.
Yes, I agree.
Like those two marry each other very well.
Yes. And also I am a creative person.
Yeah.
So if there is a problem, which I have created for myself, I then like to use my own creativity to solve that problem.
Got it.
I bought a sauna in lockdown.
Oh, I forgot about this. I
Yeah.
want a sauna every Sunday.
Come over.
Can I?
Yes.
Is it all set up?
Yes.
How have I never seen it? Is it out the back?
No, it's upstairs in my bedroom.
Ah.
It's in like, you come up the stairs and then there's that little...
Yep, the
I'm
landing
sure on
bit.
the floor plan when I bought it, it was called a living room. You can't live in it.
Yeah, got it.
It's like, to 1 meter square thing.
I need to start using it.
I bought it in lockdown when I gave up drinking because I read somewhere that it's really good for you to, replenish your health.
Totally. And ongoing, there are so many health benefits to a sauna.
I know, but that assumes that you've got time. And I don't even have 20 minutes a day. I just don't.
Okay.
So I have not used it. But it's one of those things that once it's set up, I can't move that thing. My God, it weighs a ton. It's one of
Yeah.
the timber ones, like a proper infrared. It's got like rose quartz salt and shit in it.
Far out.
I know.
Legit.
I know. I've actually forgotten how to turn it on, so we'll have to sort that out together.
I can work it out.
Anyway, it's stuck there. And I look at it all the time and I think, oh, I'm never going to move it. I'm stuck with it. What can I do?
Right. I mean, I don't know where we're going with this because there's not that much you can do with a sauna. You sit in it and you get out of it.
You would never guess.
I don't get what you can
And
do.
I think it's absolutely normal and it makes so much sense. But I always run it past the Jack filter because you're very normal. And I'm like,
Tom, don't pull that face.
if I think, do you do this, Tom? If I think, oh, yeah, that's a reasonable idea, I imagine me telling Jack and what his face would do. And then I know that it's not normal.
I mean, yeah, to see if he's going to judge me for it or not.
Oh, he will judge me for this. I am turning it into the folklore house from Taylor Swift's Eras tour.
I should have guessed it was going to circle back to this.
Yeah, because, in the folklore era, she's in that little attic-y house. It's made of timber. The sauna's made of timber. I've got the most amazing fake ivy. Okay. Right? Which is also a nod to Ivy, which is a song on the album as well.
Isn't it a kid's name as well?
It is a kid's name.
No, like one of her friends. Didn't Blake Lively's kid get a mention?
Maybe Ivy's another one. I don't know.
Right.
I lose track. She's got too many children, Blake Lively.
Stop.
Anyway.
Get off Ryan.
Then I've got portraits of Taylor.
Are you 7?
That is another... That is another song off the album. I mean, this is weird.
Mystic Jack.
Wait, it gets better. I Google imaged it because I really wanted to get it factually correct. And it's got a chimney. The attic, the house, the folklore house has a chimney. So I've contacted my friend Brody who makes sticker decals. And I have in my house...
So organic as well.
I have in my house sticky wallpaper of exactly the same bluestone cobblestones as Taylor Swift's folklore house. Then on the door, it's got a glass door, right? Mm-hmm. And I thought, that looks... The folklore house doesn't have a door. It's all open. So how am I going to get around that? I know, I'll print some lyrics that talk about a door. Sure enough, August off the folklore album, hit play. These are the words I've got on the door.
Salt air and the rust on your door. I never needed anything more.
You can...
So it's got that, and then it's got ... It's all coming together. I haven't pinned it all on or made the chimney, but it's happening.
A few thoughts. A, I'm not going to poo-poo it because this is your way of expressing...
Yeah, and the rule is don't yuck someone's yum.
Exactly. I had that quote in my head as I was being savage. We all know my thoughts on it though. But I won't poo-poo it. My second thing, you're not using the sauna, so you've gone to all this effort to make it Taylor Swift-esque.
Yeah, the house from folklore.
Yeah, and you're not even going to use it because you don't use the sauna.
Well, I might use it now.
Right. And
it's now not just a stupid sauna I never use. It's the folklore house from the Eras tour
My
in my
third
house.
point, don't ever, ever, ever complain to me about not having enough time. Because what you just ran through takes so long.
I
and,
haven't done it yet. This
my
is
God,
all
I
a
just
dream.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
I mean, look, Mystic Chrissy has been and gone and was magical, but something else quite mystical has happened in the last 24 hours. And I had a thought very early this morning when I was making spanakopita for our friend Vicky.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you what that thought was, but it did involve Taylor.
Well, 9 out of 10 of your thoughts do.
That's true, particularly at 2 a.m. And I am going to have this discussion about the news that has broken this morning since I've had that thought. And then right at the end, I'm going to tell you what my thought was, okay?
Okay, shoot.
So I woke up this morning and apparently the whole thing, love is dead, the whole thing is a sham. Travis Kelce's team has, that there has been a leaked document that looks very, very official that basically says that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are in a showmance. Do you know what a showmance is?
A showmance is something that happens in Hollywood when, like, 2 big Hollywood superstars PR teams set them up with someone for mutual sort of fame and financial benefits.
Sometimes the publicity companies throw them together to hide bad publicity, or if someone's had a massive movie flop, it's a positive spin.
It's something, a new narrative for them to push them forward.
Can you think of any famous showmances?
Well, I don't think they often come out to be, they're always assumed or it's rumour. No one's ever confirmed anyone.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's all signed and sealed at the time of the deal. So the leaked document is on the letterhead of Travis's management company. And it goes into great detail about the date that they're going to break up, the angle that's going to be taken in terms of the wording. We respect each other and we're going to concentrate on our respective careers, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't believe it.
I don't believe it. Oh, I don't know. The cynic in me, though, Swanee, like these photos that you're showing me, the document has a letterhead of his management company. It says full scope. Like, has someone gone to, I mean, you Swifties are crazy, but like, has someone gone to that much detail to fake this?
I mean, yes, people go to all sorts of, and also, have you heard of Canva? You can make anything on there.
God, people really need hobbies.
You could easily make that. Plus, the information is just copy and paste from other bits and pieces. But like, the interesting twist is this. What were you going to say?
The detail here, though, Swanee, it even says it outlines a supposed plan to release an official statement at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Then 3 days post breakup to allow the initial media frenzy to settle and ensure clarity. Like, it's written from a publicist or marketer's brain.
I could write that.
Yeah, but you're a very intelligent woman.
Who's to say I didn't? Who's to say I've bought the...
I mean, I would not be surprised.
Who's to say I haven't bought the professional package on Canva and I've made this whole thing up
myself? You are sleepy today. What was your thought, though, that you said at the start of this break?
Interesting part of this is that Travis's specific person from that company that looks after him is a guy called Mr. Ketsoyan.
Mm-hmm.
And he has openly shared that he has done showmances before, many, has put together, has dealt with other publicists and they've brought a client with their client and
that's not good.
Explained in detail. It's about to sell the hype of it, blah, blah, blah. That's tricky. Yeah? That is tricky. Here was my thought. So imagine me last night or early this morning, 2:00, because I'd forgotten that I'd promised Vicky a bloody spanakopita, so I got up and made it. I was listening to Midnights. It was a midnight sort of night.
Okay.
I was listening to it and I just, the lyrics that she spins, she's just magical. And my thought last night, it popped into my head as I was scattering that feta and spinach and silver beet because I'm cheap.
Listening to this.
Yes, I was listening to that. I was listening to that, actually. And I went, hang on a minute. She's a poet. She's an old school, old-fashioned poet.
Yeah.
And he's a meathead.
Bogan. NFL dude.
What are they doing together? how is that? How are they compatible?
Confirmed it's a showmance.
And then I woke up and apparently it's a showmance. So you heard it here first, folks.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.